people, what's good? Monday at the gym, about to go and smash out a heavy leg session. If you didn't check out the video that I posted yesterday, then be sure to go and check out that. A really good deadlift session. Got in a really good lift on the Saturday. But today we are back for a leg session, early morning session, just coming up to 5 o'clock, getting it in before work. But I just want to say a massive thank you for all the love and support. If you are new around here though, or do find yourself coming back on the regular and you're not subscribed, why not? Go down and smash that subscribe button and make sure you click that bell notification to be notified for when I upload. Go and check out all the links that are down in the description. Coaching, clothing, supplements, you already know. Go and check them out. You can use your boy's code in the checkout, get yourself some money off and help support your boy. As I said, today is legs. Feel nice and pumped, ready to get in there and get a freaky leg pump in. As always, we'll probably kick things off with some hamstrings into quads, and then we'll move into the compound lift, which will more than likely be squats, or maybe some accessories depending on what we're going to do today. But let's get in there and get the working sets underway. Let's get it.
So now then, moving into the first working set of seated hamstring curls. Here, really focusing on pushing blood into the knees but also into the hamstrings. Here, with this movement, making sure that we keep the hamstrings under constant tension. So here, really slowing down that negative on the extension part of the movement, and then on the contraction, making sure that we're holding it for a couple of seconds as well. Here, you draw me with a working set of 84 kilos. Again, making sure here that we're keeping it nice and controlled, having full control over the weight for about an 8 to 12-ish rep range, and then we'll move up for the last 2 sets to push to failure. So let's lock in 84 kilos. Let's get it. So yes, people, today I thought I'd go through a squat session with you. Here, you join me with 60 kilos on the bar, 20 kilos aside. Here, I'll show you more warm-ups building up to that top set, how we go through the sets and how during the warm-up, we really focus on mobility, making sure that we get the correct amount of depth. And then as we move up towards the top set, how we build up to that big heavy single. So today in mind, maybe about 140, 160, as it's the first session back heavy, but we will see what we build up to. So here, during the warm-up sets, just making sure that we get the correct amount of depth, as I said, but also just making sure that we feel good in the movement, making sure that the knee and the joint mobility is nice and warm before we jump up to the next set. If it's not, then we just do a couple of more warm-up sets. So here, 60 kilos on the bar. Let's get it. Now then, jumping up to 100 kilos, so another 20 plate aside. Here, as you see, knee sleeves are now on. Here, this just helps promote blood flow into the kneecap before we move up into them top sets. Biggest question that I get asked, how to improve your squat. Making sure that you drop your ego, making sure that you really focus on form over the weight. So if you're only doing half squats, drop the weight down to you're in a comfortable position that you can actually fulfill the full movement of a squat, which is where your hips surpass your kneecaps, or 90 degrees would be classed as a full squat. So here, just making sure that we're really focusing on the setup, making sure that we take a nice deep brace, so taking a nice deep breath in, pushing it down into the belly, and then begin the movement. So here, as you see, always making sure that we treat every lift like a top lift. So as we move through the sets, all of them should look the same. For as we move up to the top set, we're already in that motion to make sure that we're all really there. So let's lock in 100 kilos. Let's get it. So now then, jumping up to 140 kilos. Here, maybe 140 kilos was too light, but here you join me with 140 kilos. We probably will jump up after this, depending on how this moves. But here, just making sure that we're locking in, making sure that we get the form down nice and good before we jump up. So 140 kilos, let's get it. Now then, for the top set, you join me with 150 kilos on the bar. Not going to do too much talking, we're locked in, but here, aiming for a double. So here, just making sure that we really, really lock in. Let's get it. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now then, moving into some accessory work, you join me here with some hack squat, Tom Platt style sissy squats here, really, really focusing on driving through the quads rather than the hamstrings. So just bringing the feet slightly further back, using the yoga mat just to elevate the heels just slightly so that we can get the knees over the top of the heels, and it allows us to actually really, really focus on driving through the hamstrings, getting a nice contraction at the bottom, and then really, really slowing down the stretch at the top. So here, only 20 kilos, keeping it nice and light so we can actually feel the movement, be able to push the failure. So let's lock in, let's get it.